All right, guys, I'm just starting the recording from right now. I've already been at this for 2 hours. You can see on the rhythmic, I'm down 120 bucks. Just kind of feeling it out today. Looks like a choppy day. I didn't want to upload a video with 2 hours of me talking. So the one trade I took, I'm down 120 and I'm just waiting to short up in here. See what happens. I'll try and keep this short. So I'll pause it now, and if I end up going short, I'll restart it and you guys can watch. We're about halfway through the challenge. This is day 2. Yesterday made about 1,600. Right now you can see right there we're up about $1,459 even after the 120 loss. See what happens. I'm expecting a range the rest of the day on the Nasdaq. So it was bullish as I thought it would be in the pre-market forecast, and now I'm just looking for a little bit of a range. I think we're going to see some resistance here, 16, 5, 10, 520, and some support at 460, 450. I think we might range between these two levels. I'm looking to play the range, and I'll see if I can catch it on film for you guys and see if we can pass this challenge in 2 days and just have a little fun. All right, we're trying to push a little higher, so yeah, I'm kind of looking for a push up into 16, 5, 10, maybe short up in there. Basically, bonds are flat, dollars flat. CPI came in as expected, but a little bit hotter on the super core CPI. So I think it's just a mixed day. But he's going to be waiting for the Fed tomorrow. See what Mr. Powell has to say about things at his press conference, 2:30 p.m. I think the Nasdaq will range the rest of the day, but we'll see. Even though I came into the day with a bullish forecast, I'm expecting, based on the CPI and based on the scoreboard, right? Because I want to take in all the different markets, bonds, metals, the dollar, Bitcoin. I want to take all that into account, energies, and trade the market as it's evolving during the day. Looking for push up here. You can see right now it's 11:20 a.m. and S&P's 0.03 positive, Nasdaq's 0.28, Dow's 0.21. Bonds are about flat, gold and silver are flat, but bonds, gold and silver reversed big time. They, the ultra bond was up 1.3% earlier, so ultimately I think is what is going to weigh on this market the rest of the day. And the dollar here against the euro. Euro's up a little against the dollar, but the dollar is up a little bit against the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, and crude oil, the big one's down 3.5%, breaking through that $70 support level. So that's that could also weigh on the stock market. Anyways, I think we've got some good reasons to play the range here using Wings market analysis. I don't think this is going to break out into a new trend run to the upside. See what's happening. We can get a short, write it down to support, get long, write it back to resistance. A good day. So let's see. All right, I'm going to pause it. We're just kind of waiting for it. Basically looking for a punch up into 510 to get short potentially. Okay, it's trying to push above 500, 16,501. Or, yeah. So again, I'm just for see the price action, see if it. I've got my OMA levels here. I like the idea of shorting here based off of my Owings market analysis. That's my primary technical methodology. My decisions are based on OMA, but then I want to see the price action or push higher, short into. All right, I'm short at 13. And it's either going to be very right or very wrong. The level that needs to hold for me to want to stay short. So let's not going to give it much more than that. Watching the market. I'd like to see a quick sell-off here. Possible. I'm just watching. Focused on managing the position. One reason I'm super nuts about it. If it gets too much above my entry, I'm going to cut it. Giving it a little bit of a chance here. Top 5. Trade is in. Top is about 5 or 6. Target will be 60. That's just if it really accelerates to the downside. May not. Let's see. And watch this together. Just mute my mic, guys, but I'll keep the film on for you. Position. All right. Went ahead and just took the profit there. 255. Sorry, I think on that trade we made about 400. We were down 100. Took 255. And it very well might head lower. Right now, I think it's interesting. I'm doing this challenge for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm testing the fills. Got my reasons for why I'm testing different companies. Past 3 challenges last week on one company. This is a different company. I'm not going into the names of the companies because that's not the point of this. But I do find that their trailing drawdown rules interesting, right? Because it does affect your psychology a lot. Because right now, there's no question that I would just have my stop 5 points below my entry and let this thing go. But if it does go in my direction, you know, $1,000 and then comes back to my entry, that's treated as a basically $1,000 loss on the draw, right? Even though you didn't lose on the trade. I figure on a day like today, if I finish just a little bit plus, I mean, if I can catch a quick winner and it's really going my direction, then I'll trail it nicely. Right now, it's a bit choppy, and I do think we are going to head down. So I think my analysis on this trade is pretty spot on. But just for the sake of the challenge, I'll cut it there. I'm up $1,830 on this $50,000 challenge. So about $1,100, $1,170 away from the finish line. We'll see if we get there. I don't put too much stock in these. I've done a couple of, like I said, I did 3. I passed them. I don't know if I'll pass this one or not, but it really, I mean, the rules are not really in your favor, even if you're a very good trader. So you've got to be, you got to be very careful. I mean, I think if you've got a good, very short-term system, or you're still learning how to trade, or you find it fun and entertaining, then it's a great, it's we all pay for entertainment. We pay for fun things to do. It's a way to socialize with our buddies. So I think the challenges from all those perspectives are fantastic. But for actually making a living off trading, no, it's much easier to make a living trading your own money, which is why when I passed those last challenges, I didn't even, I didn't want the live accounts because I don't want to deal with all their bullshit, So, and this one too, if I pass it, I'm just going to decline. Just really testing fills. I'll go on to the next company and test their fills. I'm just testing different companies, different fills. And I did notice a big difference trading. The last one I did was on Quant Tower, and the fills were pretty questionable. This is a little better because I'm trading directly through the data feed on Rhythmic, which seems to help a little bit. But we'll see. Anyways, just want to let you know why I pulled that off. See what happens. Oh, and I should say, if we do get a little bit of a micro double top up in here, I'll probably reshort. But let's see what happens. Just based on that price action, anything can happen. But like I said on the challenge with their trailing draw rules, excuse me, you got to be careful. So with the price action I saw here, it could snap to the downside. It just looks like it wants to fight a little bit more, and I want to try and catch it when it's ready to snap to the downside. Just for the trailing draw. Otherwise, my live account, I don't give two hoots how long it takes. Live trading on a real account is a lot easier than challenges for those of you out there struggling through these challenges. Not just the rules, but just psychology aspect. But I still think they're a great idea if you're learning, and you're going to lose a lot less testing different strategies and getting lucky sometimes and getting a few payouts. I think it's a good way to progress. But once you get to a stage of consistent making money through your live account, top 5%, and you're getting consistent wins on a, I don't know, weekly basis, monthly basis. All right, so we're gonna just pause and wait. We'll see. At this point, my stop would have been a break even anyways. 513. You can see we basically shorted the high, so good spot to get in. Yeah, one thing I wanted to point out was that I think from the short side today, sure, if you get a crack lower, but I think overall the market's going to be pretty well supported for the pre-market forecast that I do every day. I came into today with a bullish outlook, and that is indeed what's happening. I don't think we're going to, the CPI number wasn't, 0.2 versus 0.3. It didn't come in better. Had it come in better, we could have exploded higher. We didn't. We might tomorrow after Powell. We'll see. But today, that's why I'm expecting a range, because the CPI came out in line with expectations. And I still think, probably we're going to close around this current area. So I think a safer play, there's never a safe play, right? You gotta do your best, but I think support is the side that'll see the quicker moves back up. So on the short side, I say all that because that's why I'm looking at the market right now, is when I'm in on these shorts, if I see it struggling a little bit, I'll just take my profit, get what I can get out of it. I still have to wait and pick the right spots using OMA, but when I do hit the right spot like I just did, taking all these things into account in terms of how far to let them run, all that good stuff. And right now, what you can see on the scoreboard, that we got a mixed day. Dollars mixed, crude's down big, gold and silver flat, bonds are up a little bit, but they've been very volatile, and stocks are just kind of, I think they're going to finish, like I said, in the general area. Anything's possible, but I don't really see them closing on the lows right now anyways, because the weekly is still so bullish. But let's see. Anyways, that is why I covered that short there. Just kind of see it struggling, and then all these other factors I'm aware of and thinking about and using to drive my decision-making process. I'm a little slow, a little sick today, but biggie. All right, pause and wait. 11:45 a.m. Probably be done pretty soon. Well, it's trying to get back up. I mean, if it goes back up to where my original entry was at 13, I'm going to have to short again. Order to short at 13. Again, mental stop is about 5 points. We'll see. Just if it decided to punch back up there and fill us short again, maybe make 20 points on the way back down again, possibly. Give it a shot. Just pause and wait. If it's getting close to filling, I'll start the recording. All right, or at least tried to get a little bit of fall through to the downside. My order is still up there at 13 to reshort. So we'll see. We're watching. We're waiting. Could add lower from here. All right, I'll keep you guys posted. It's about noon, so slowing down here a little bit. I'm really interested in the long side down in here. Kind of waiting for it. Happy with that. What I got out of that up there. And really just, this thing does collapse down in here. I think it'll just set up a good buy opportunity. About that, but I've still got the order to, short up in here for now. I might pull it though, because that was kind of the move I was looking for. Had I been filled, I would have already covered and taken another few hundred out of the market. So we just cancel it. Canceled on the order, and we're just waiting. This is the waiting game. It's what it's all about. Keep waiting. All right, we're trying to head a little bit lower here. So let's see. One mistake I see a lot of people making is like, I covered my short. I got what I wanted out of it. It's still dropping. Obviously, I knew that could have happened. A lot of people will get focused on that and just obsess over the fact that they're not still in making money. Don't do that. Just move on to the next trade. That's all you can do. Let's take a look. Scoreboard. Stocks looking pretty good. Bonds flat. Color flat. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see a range bound day. So I'd be looking for a long opportunity down here somewhere. Watch it together. If we get long and strong, stretching. And you get to know as well, get familiar with the methodology or system. You'll know the days when things are just lining up. Those are the days to let things run and add. Yesterday was a decent day for that. I felt very confident that I had that one support level pegged. So I went in and then I added as soon as it started going my way. I added again and again and again. It was still kind of a choppy trend run. It wasn't ideal, Nasdaq, but after going through a little bit of a draw on that trade, ended up making 1600 on the day on the challenge, which was great. Those are the days you're waiting for. Not every day can be like that, but if you can wait for those days and on your own account, just add more contracts, you can do very well. The name of the game. Gotta wait, and you gotta have a methodology that works. I see a lot of people out there that don't really have a methodology, and I think you can make that work for a period of time, but for long-term success that you can really be confident in, I think you've got to have a system that works. So for me, it's what I've got here works well for me. Happy to share it with you guys. Happens. Now, basically, down around these lows, I think 416, 460, kind of the general area where I'd be willing to potentially get long. Now, things are constantly changing, right? A lot happening, and through many years of experience, you learn to put it all together and then say, okay, yeah, this is the spot where I want to take a shot based on a lot of different things. OMA, the Owings Market Analysis, is my primary driver. And of course, I'm interested in what the price action is doing, what the volume is doing, what the scoreboard is doing here, all that good stuff. So we will just stay patient together and wait. Got about 300 contracts left till this volume-based intraday bar closes. Did I say 300 or 3,000? Yeah, 300. I'm tired. It's late here. It's 6 p.m. in Sweden. Dark and cold and winter. As a California guy, nice not to be here. Although I love the country and I love the people. But the weather is, not for me. Okay, so I think there should be some support down in here somewhere. We may already be at the support level right here, right? Not one of those days where I'm going to rush in either way. Kind of one of those days to just do one's best to not make too many dumb decisions. You can just see the scoreboard. On a day like this, when everything's mixed and it's basically a mixed bag of shit, you realize, yeah, that's kind of a good day to just be happy with what you get and move on. I'm kind of getting to that phase now because I think tomorrow's going to be a big day with the Fed and PPI, Producer Price Index. So big day tomorrow. Happy to have a small gain on a day like today. Price action. Kind of tempted to go long in here somewhere. But again, it's just on days like this, even if you take good trades and then they lose, you just kind of feel like a bonehead because you kind of knew you shouldn't have, you should have just walked away. And kind of getting to that point now because I do need my cigar as well. Even though I'm getting a little sick, one cigar a day keeps the doctor away. So I'll probably puff on my cigar and sleep tonight. I do think this is probably going to push higher up into. Yeah, just especially these days too. I'll just leave you guys with this because I'm probably going to close up shop here shortly. But you see, this is the Ultra Bond. Look at the 10 years. Well, it doesn't matter. 10-year Treasury note. You see how you have this big, reversal day? These are tricky days. Very tricky days. You have the same thing here on the dollar. Look at the pound. outside bar, right? This is telling you that there's confusion in the market. Gold, silver, same thing. You know, look at, there's gold pushing lower. That's why Bitcoin's pushing lower. I already covered this, but see, silver's still under pressure. But you have a reversal day there. You know, these are the hardest days to trade. And if you realize that, you just, you know, and you don't realize it until you see it, right? Because sometimes you realize it at 10 a.m. Sometimes you realize it at 11 a.m., right? If there's a day where everything's firing, then I'll go have some dinner right now around the New York lunchtime, just dinner for me and sweet. And then I'll come back and trade the close, right? Because it's firing and I'm willing to take losses during that time. But this is not a time I'm willing to take losses because the market is just a mixed bag of shit right now. And you know, you don't want to step in it and, you know, ruin your day. So I'm going to call it. I'm happy to make that 255 net. The challenge is at 51,830. And like I said, who knows if we'll pass, but just kind of doing it for some research fun and just taking a little break right now too. I'm very, very focused on some things I'm developing. So it's a good time to test these different platforms for these challenges. And yeah, that's it, you guys. So take care. Good luck with your own trading. I'll be back with the pre-market forecast tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys get some use out of them. I do them for myself because I got to do it for myself anyway. So sharing it with you guys, I hope it helps. All right, take care. See ya. Bye-bye.